Hi there, Serial Trader here. Let's check in with weed and just going over Friday's price action since the last video on this was as of Thursday's action. We just had another fantastic up day, over 8%. And well, one thing I really want to demonstrate, let me just get rid of these short-term channels and labels and targets and all this from the last video. Anyways, I want to show you this. And just look how textbook this contracting triangle really has played out. Here's just a simple line diagram that you'd find in the Elliott wave principle, the actual source material for these patterns and rules and guidelines and how to apply them. And this just comes down to simple pattern recognition. And it doesn't get much better than this as far as just a market doing exactly what the pattern would imply it's going to do. And again, this is just an example of an A trade. If I were to make a poker analogy, it's like you got pocket aces, and then on the flop you got another ace, and now you have three of a kind. Maybe you're not guaranteed to win, but your probabilities are incredibly high, and they're high enough that you definitely need to play that hand. And in this case, this is the kind of trade you just can't pass up if you are serious about this stuff. It's just ideal almost. I mean, look at this. But I'll suspend that for now. Now, if I just go in here and go back to the candlesticks, now you can see we had a very bullish candlestick as of Friday. So we had that bullish engulfing on Thursday, which I recall mentioning implied the next 3 to 5 price bars, just according to the bullish engulfing guideline of candlestick analysis, would be in this direction. Well, certainly off to a great start, because the next candlestick was very much so in that direction. In fact, impressively so. Now, what's really exciting is that we broke this B wave extreme, which was at 34.71. Easily broke it, closed well above it actually, closed at 36.08. 36.04 we closed at. But on, decent volume I might add, which is nice to see. That's just complimentary really. It's good to see volume support big price moves. But the point is, that whole alternate that I discussed before, where this triangle could still be subdividing into, a larger D wave, and then you have that E, and then finally break out. So that didn't happen, which is quite nice to see. I hate waiting around like the rest of you, I'm sure, so sooner the better, and here we are. So now this triangle wave 4 can confidently be labeled as complete. We've broken above that key resistance area. And now really, all short-term setbacks aside, and of course it's not going to go straight up, there will be pullbacks along the way, but all pullbacks aside, we are inevitably destined, okay, as the pattern implies, to exceed our previous highs of $44, okay? And probably in a reasonably short period of time. The triangle consumes a lot of time. It contracts, it tightens up, but then when you break out of it, the trending move afterwards definitely happens more aggressively time-wise than the correction itself prior to it. So as the weeks roll by, this should really be quite a strong name. And if we go in a little closer here, well, we have a shaven top almost, so you close right near the highs of the day on this bullish candle, so that's quite positive. Now, Monday's closed for the Canadian markets, so weed itself won't be trading Monday, but its interlisted counterpart, TWMJF, will be trading on the US exchanges. So maybe look to that one for clues as to what weed may do Tuesday when it opens. But I would expect some more short-term strength here. It's quite likely. And we're still well above the T line. And if you wanted to just run a stop at this point, you might want to go into if you're doing short-term stuff, that is. On an hourly chart, your most recent support level, I would say it's 32.75 on weed. So maybe just make your stop 32.74, just below that. You can make it tighter if you want. It's really up to you. It's personal how tight your stop is and how much open profit you want to lock in and all that. for me, just the potential I see on this overall pattern, and the fact that very likely we're going up to new highs here, I want to try and ride this. And I mean, unless I see a real mature-looking short-term 5 up and everything's screaming overbought, and then we get a nice little bearish engulfing or something. Okay, maybe at that point I would take at least some of my position off the table in the hopes of buying in lower on another pullback, but kind of play that one by ear. Right now, short term, still favors strength here. And you see our daily MACD, it's crossed over the 0 line, so according to MACD, the trend is now up again. And RSI has certainly broken its resistance range that it was in. See, that 60 level actually provided pretty good resistance through that triangle. And now we're getting over 70. So that's just confirmation from RSI that we're seeing some strength and a breakout here. So hopefully that's a great update for you, and hopefully some of you have been able to capitalize on this so far excellent trade setup. All right, Serial Trader signing off.